guys today. The first story that I've got for you guys today, the latest update from Rough Diesel, Terrence Ruffin, at 3 weeks out from the 2023 Classic Physique Mr. Olympia. I gotta say, I'm really excited for Terrence this year. I want to see him be able to make a significant comeback, and I think he's going to be able to, considering the fact that, you've got this weight increase that we've talked at length about. You've got the fact that he's going into this Olympia off of 2 back-to-back pretty significant wins. The Dubai show, pretty competitive, and obviously the Legion Sports Festival, pretty competitive as well. Not easy shows to win, but Terrence dominated both of them, winning back-to-back to get to the Olympia. I think Terrence's placing at last year's Olympia was one of the most shocking placings of the whole show, next to Big Rami's. Terrence slipped all the way from 2nd to 6th, and I still believe that the biggest reason for that was the fact that Terrence missed weight at weigh-ins by, I believe it was just 1 pound. Then he had like an hour to try to lose that pound, weigh in again, and make weight, and I think that really threw off his physique. But now he's one of the shorter guys. He's got one of the most significant of the weight increase margins. And you look at this video, and you look at these pictures from Terrence, these recent 3-week-out updates, and you can't help but be impressed. I think he looks better in some of these updates than he looked at the shows that he did. I think the Terrence that we saw on both those stages was kind of 85, 90% of what he's going to be at the Olympia, and he won without even, being Olympia form. Because not only is Terrence going to be able to be bigger, heavier, more muscular on stage, but look how sharp and conditioned he looks in these updates, how deep the cuts are in his legs and his upper body, chiseled out of stone. And I think he's going to move right back into that conversation. Like I said, I'm not going to be surprised one bit if we see him back in the top 3. I wouldn't even be that surprised if we see him back in that 2nd place spot, because honestly, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove that he's not what he was last year, slipping to 6th place. He was top 2 with Chris Bumstead for years. He was beating the guys that beat him last year for years. Granted, those guys, Ramon and Urs, have been improving drastically since then, especially Urs. Urs looks ridiculously good. But I'm excited to see what Terrence is able to put together here. I really think he's going to be able to fight his way back into the mix. Whether or not he's able to regain that 2nd place spot, I don't know. But I think we're going to see him back in the conversation for sure as potentially a top 3 guy. And whether it's Urs or Ramon that he knocks out of that top 3, if he does, that'll be interesting. But I'm expecting to see something impressive from Terrence Ruffin at the Olympia this year.